There may be a point in your life at some time when you don't have any friends at all. Now, this can happen to anyone, it can happen to you at any age. It doesn't matter how popular you are right now or how good right now your life is going. I've seen it happen to a lot of people. Now, it happened to me twice in my life so far. The first time was when I was around 17. I was at catering college. I hated the course I was on. I didn't really feel like I fitted in with a lot of the people there. I mean, I had acquaintances, people that I spoke to, but I wouldn't say I was particularly good friends with anyone. And I started work, and each place I worked at, I never really felt like I fitted in. I went for about 3 or 4 jobs, and each place, it was mostly male dominated. Often the men would all go out without me because I was female. They wouldn't include me in things. And for a long time, I went through life feeling very, you know, just very different to everyone, feeling that I never fitted in and that I just couldn't really find my feet in the world. It happened to me again when I was about 23. Up until that point, I had made friends and I was good friends with people that I lived with. But then 2 of my housemates, one got a boyfriend and she just literally moved out within 2 weeks. We never heard from her again. The other one decided she just wanted a different group of friends to hang out with. They stopped inviting me out. They just felt I wasn't cool enough to hang out with them. Now, sometimes when people do push you out, it's not always your fault. Sometimes it can just be because they don't feel you're cool enough to hang out with them and they just want, more in people. Now, I never went to university. Most of my friends did. And although it never bothered most of my friends and it wasn't a problem, there were 1 or 2 that I think did have a little bit of snobbery and thought because I didn't have a degree I wasn't, as sort of good as them. But I really, when I changed careers when I was about 27 and I got a job as a flight attendant, my life did improve. I've got a really good, when I started with working at a bigger company, I made loads of friends. I had a really good social network. And probably my early 30s were probably my happiest because I was in a job that I really liked. I was earning really good money. I had great friends. I had a really good support network. And for about 4 years, things in my life were really happy and, things were good. And I'm 45 now. I'm still flying. I work for a different airline than I did when I first started. And I still have a big group of friends. They're not all in the same group, but I do feel that I still have a very strong network. But if this ever does happen to you and you feel like you don't have many friends, it's not always your fault. It's not always because you're weird or because, sometimes you just don't fit in with certain people. And, the people that I was working with when I look back weren't actually nice people when I worked in kitchens. They were horrible. They all used each other. They weren't good people. Maybe them not inviting me out with them was a blessing because I didn't get involved with a lot of the things that were going on behind the scenes. They all ended up falling out with each other about a year later. And sometimes it's the universe's way of redirecting you to something better. When you don't fit in into a group or a job, you're probably just not meant to be there. And, you're meant to, it's sort of God or the universe's way or whatever you believe in. It's their way of telling you, move on, you deserve something better. Something better is going to come your way. So what I've learnt from this experience is you always have to be self-sufficient. Always, the only person you can 100% ever rely on in your life is yourself. And, even people you think are good friends, people that you've helped in life, you can move heaven and earth helping someone, when they're in trouble, but then when the same thing happens to you, they're nowhere to be seen or they drop you when someone else comes along. So if you do find yourself with not many friends, it's okay. It doesn't always mean there's something wrong with you. It can just mean that, you're not in the right place. And eventually, you will find your feet in the world. You will find your path. Go with your gut instincts and eventually the right people, I promise you, they will come to you and they will stay.